Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Noah did what was right in God's sight. He did not follow the supernatural beings of his day. We must learn from Noah. 2. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. The ark housed 7 males and 7 females of every clean animal on the planet, and 2 males and 2 females of every unclean animal on the planet. Clean animals were used for offerings and food consumption. Unclean animals are simply placed on the earth to keep it clean and balanced. There is no way this ark could have physically housed the correct amount of animals if all animals were to be physically on the ark. 3. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. The ark housed 7 males and 7 females of all bird species on the planet. The ark was designed to keep seed alive, which means it was storing the DNA of all living substances on the planet. We have the ability to do this today. They had the ability to do this in Noah's day. We are getting close to the days of Noah, and also the knowledge shall increase, spoken of by Daniel. 4. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. The earth as a whole was corrupted. The DNA of animals, plants, and mankind were being genetically manipulated to where nothing was natural the way God created it to be. Sound familiar? Look around you. 5. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. Noah obeyed God's word. We should do the same. 6. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. This would make Noah's 3 sons at least 100 years old. They were not children. 7. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Ancient writings all over the world have records of this flood. 8. Of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. Every living species on the planet went into this ark. 9. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. 2 males and 2 females of each species were brought onto the ark. 10. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. When God says a thing, that thing will happen. We can always count on God's word coming to pass, as it is written. 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. This is a very specific day. The fountains of the great deep are the aquifers under the earth, large bodies of water that exist inside the earth. This underground water source is available in large quantities. these aquifers were opened up, spilling forth onto the earth. Also, the windows of heaven were loosened up, and the water from above us was let loose onto the earth. 12. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Ancient cities from long ago can be found and seen today, still submerged underwater. 40 is spiritual probation. 13. In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them, into the ark. Noah and his family were granted access to this ark. 14. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. Every species of animal on this planet had to be on this ark. You can't get lions from cheetahs, and you can't get zebras from horses. 15. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. 2 males and 2 females of all flesh include every race of human being on this planet. You can't get Asians from Africans. 16. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. Jesus Christ is our ark for this generation. Either we are in him and we stay safe, or we will be taken by the flood of lies from Satan. 17. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lift above the earth. 40 is spiritual probation. The ark was built to float, and it did exactly what it was designed to do. 18. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. The word prevailed means that the waters were strong and mighty. This was not a slow-moving flood. 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. God flooded the earth again over another rebellion by Lucifer and those who followed him. 20. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. This flood easily wiped out every corrupted thing on this planet. 21. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beast and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. The world was polluted from the natural way God had created it. Every living, breathing thing on this planet ceased to live and breathe. God, who is Jesus Christ, will again put a stop to the corruption and rebellion when he returns to this earth in the future. 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died. Absolutely nothing outside of this ark survived this flood. 23. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth, and Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. The word destroyed means to blot out or to abolish, which is an example of what the Lord will do again after he returns. 24. and the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. This flood was strong and mighty. The flood of lies and deception from the fallen angels will be just as strong and mighty. 150 days equals 5 months, a time frame we see the locust army operating under during the end times. Prepare yourselves and your loved ones, mentally, physically, and spiritually, for the deception that is coming to this world. Understanding God's word and having a personal, faithful relationship with God's Spirit is the only thing that will help us. Get ready right now.